Hello everyone, this is Diana Kim, Criminal Justice Librarian, and in this video I'm going to show you how to use Engine Orange. We're going to begin at the library homepage, which is library.shsu.edu, and then we are going to scroll down to the mid part of the website. You'll see that Engine Orange is already highlighted here. My suggestion, however, is that even though you can start typing right in this bar, use the advanced search because it's just going to make your searches more accurate. So if you've seen my videos on conducting and developing a search strategy, we're essentially going to follow the same procedures here. I'm just going to show you how to apply limiters that you can't necessarily get to in some of our other databases. So I had a student reach out to me recently with an inquiry about police use of force. And so I'm going to just use that as a search term here. Of course, I'm going to use my my synonyms, so that we'll be looking at police and law enforcement, and then use of force, and I'm going to use brutality to expand. Oh, it helps if you spell it right too. Use that as an expander as well as synonym. Okay, so now all we have to do is go ahead and hit search here. And the beauty of Engine Orange is it's a huge database that pulls from a lot of our resources. Now, one thing about Engine Orange I just want to say as sort of a side note, it pulls from our books, our library catalog, electronic books, videos, things of that nature pretty well, but it only pulls our articles from the other databases at a rate of about 80%. So it communicates with our EBSCO databases pretty well. There are other databases, however, that it does not communicate with. I believe ProQuest is one of those. So if you're going to be doing research in Engine Orange, I wouldn't limit it to all of your article searches. You will need to be looking at our subject area databases as well for that. But other than that little caveat, it is a fairly robust search engine. And I like it because it's sort of you can kind of one-stop shop and look at a lot of different types of sources. Okay, so with that being said, let's scroll down. You can see here we have over 1 million hits, which is insane. But we can do a lot of things to limit those too. Of course, our full text limiter is 1. We can go here to scholarly peer-reviewed journals and limit to just peer-reviewed articles. But I don't really want to use these limiters because I want to highlight how you can get to other types of sources in this database, which is what's pretty neat. Of course, our publication date ranges option here is the same as in some of our other databases. But down here under source types, this is where it gets pretty interesting, because you can see here we have a lot of different options available to us just immediately. News sources, books, academic journals, ebooks, and magazines. But we can take this and expand that and look at a lot more things. You can see there's just a lot of information. So if you're looking for sort of current event kind of information, news sources are really good for that. And of course, there's our books and our academic journals and our ebooks. So if you're just looking for electronic book content, you can do that and look at books right now, right in front of you, which is really nice. I also like this too. If I'm looking for video information, you can see here, I can click on this and hit update, for example, and I can click as many of these as I want. So I can sort of customize the list. But now I have 138 videos, which I can look at through some of our streaming services for information about police or law enforcement use of force and brutality, which is pretty cool. Let's see, I'm going to go back. Let's say I want to open a few different things. I want news sources and ebooks. Do I still have? Yeah, that's still populated for videos. So I can hit update here, and then it will basically give me all of those sources together at the same time. And so here I can look at this ebook, for example, Here's another one, etc., and so forth. So that really, in a nutshell, is how Engine Orange works. It's essentially just a big sort of, I don't want to call it Google because it's not Google, but it is a very broad, robust area where you can either isolate resources or source types specifically to ebooks or videos, or you can look at sort of a large chunk of available information. But as far as searching is concerned, it works identically to how I demonstrated how to work our other databases with our synonyms, and our connectors and things like that. So as far as that goes, it's pretty seamless. If you know how to do that, you can do that here in Engine Orange as well. So essentially that's it for Engine Orange. If you have any questions about this, please feel free to reach out. If you're looking for something that you're not finding here, I'd be happy to help you out with that. But yeah, that's basically it. So any other questions, feel free to reach me. Bye.